over 100 degrees out. It is July 4th weekend, and I am 7,000 words away from completing draft one. Do we think I can do it? I started this April 21st of this year, so to think that I've written 18K words in 3 months, especially from where I was this time last year, which was just starting to dabble in writing once again. I'm probably going to make like a whole long emotional video about my creative process and how I got it back, but right now we are trying to finish draft one. I'm not that concerned with word count. Everyone is so different with their writing, and this is just, am I writing enough to understand what I'm talking about in draft two? I'm sure other people's draft ones are like 100K words. Mine's not going to reach that, and I'm okay with that. Right, I have my setup here. Obviously my laptop with my hard drive, because I write on Scrivener and like to make sure that it is on an external drive. I have technically a travel journal, but there were a bunch of note pages in the back of this that I have been taking notes of, like anything I have looked up, which is tricky because you don't want to fall down the research rabbit hole when you're just trying to get like words on the page. But I have that here. The candle that I've been lighting for longer sessions, I saw another YouTuber, Andrea Severson, do this, where she kind of has a candle for each book she writes. And this is the Vanilla Lay by Value Spa. So we're going to light that. As my hand shakes so bad. Water, and then a snack of like nuts and dried fruit.
It's too much to feel. Is it pain, is it pleasure? What is fake, what is real? Now I'm deep down underwater, where the sunlight can barely reach. A particular feeling of peace that's drowning out all of the noise around me. Yeah. Up, down like a wave, you make me feel safe, make me feel protected. When I'm getting obsessive and can't see the forest for all of the trees. Must go all the way, there's no other way. So much time invested. Don't know why.
I have written 1,192 words. I think I'm going to stop here at least for now. I might come back to it later. I think I just want to like get up, stretch. I have to say I am definitely like feeling antsy, knowing how close I am to finishing, and it's like, I guess I'm more just like excited, you know, to be able to delve into everything further and just like really see the story take place, because like I said, like this is, some of it's like real dialogue, obviously most of it is such placeholder language, some of it is truly like figure this out. You know, some things I read it, I go, oh, I wrote that, and then other things I go and I go, oh, I wrote that. Tomorrow I don't think I have any plans, so you know, do my morning routine and then hopefully like sit down and write. Hi, happy July 4th. So yeah, today is July 4th. It's currently 12:21, so I'm getting an earlier start today than I did yesterday. I do have like a friend barbecue at 4, so probably gonna write for like an hour again and see where that gets me. I did not write any more yesterday. I realized that Steam was having a sale, and I've been trying to get the game Until Dawn on sale forever, so I was like, let me check, and it was half off. So I bought that and then played that for like maybe like 90 minutes. It's a little annoying, you can't like skip forward on some of the dialogue. If you actually know how, please let me know, because I can like read faster than they're necessarily talking, and sometimes I just want to like get to it. So just going to plug this in and get started. I'm done with draft one. Oh my god. Like I said, I'm going to make a fuller, more emotional video on like creativity and writing and getting back to it, but this is insane. This is insane to capture this moment of on July 4th, the 250th birthday of America. I completed draft one of a debut novel. This is not the debut novel I had set out to write. I thought it would be like a fantasy duology, and then it turned out that that was hitting really close to home, and I needed to do a lot more diving into my own emotions. But ideas are starting to percolate there too. Anyway, this came out of my own trip to Italy and seeing this historical place called Marina Grande and the like this archway and gate that sit between like the main area of Sorrento and Marina Grande. And when you read about this arch, you learn that there used to be an iron gate there. And it was, you know, the gate that would like close the city at night. In June 1558, the Sarkans slash Ottomans like laid siege to Sorrento. And that whole coast. So there's a town before it called Massa Lubernese, which I'd also been on this trip, and it's Sorrento is a very special place when you get into the small towns that surround it, and really was like the trip that I had imagined Italy to be. Anyway, so yeah. So you learn that they entered, the myth is that the Ottomans kind of like entered through this gate, and that's how they were able to just lay siege to the city with no one really noticing, because someone let them in, and it said that an Ottoman slave of a rich noble family let them in, like stole the key and let them in. And that was just like, oh, what a fun fact. But it kind of just always lived there of like, wow, this one person's actions just had such major consequences, and they did it seemingly because, you know, they were a slave and wanted to exact like revenge or avenge family members, whatever. But of course, I am but a girl, and I said, but what if there was a love story in this as well? And definitely in the beginning, the characters now at the end are definitely a little bit different, because at the beginning it was like, oh, they just
maybe they're both just infatuated with each other, and it's this infatuation that makes them do these like crazy things. And that is it, but their much deeper story is freedom and what that freedom looks like for a noble woman in the 1500s, and also a slave in the 1500s. And it's so wild to see, to feel a story change as you write it, and you have the characters almost like speaking to you. But I'm done. I'm done with draft 1. And draft 2 is going to be such a bitch. I know it. I'm excited to edit and really dive into all those pieces and put it all together. Like, I'm very excited. I know it's going to be a lot of work, though. If there's a story in you, and there's a story in a lot of people, you should tell it. In whatever format. Writing, video, audio, whatever. I think a lot of people just have a story to tell and they want to share it. And in a time where they're trying to destroy art, it's more important than ever. That is my sentiment for this July 4th, which is marred by a lot. But most importantly, the power of like community and yourself and each other as individuals versus having blind national pride. In these times, art is a radical thing. Doing something for yourself with maybe no real capitalistic output. I could finish this and decide not to publish it. It could never sell. And maybe by some standards it would be a failure. But to be able to say you wrote a book, a story, you just sat down and committed yourself to something, to art, I don't know, that's special. And it's not something that can be taken, even if they try.